in all of our research, in all of our coaching, and all of our training across literally millions of people from 190 different countries. Like those who don't add new value, not only do they not succeed over the long term in every measurable way, they're less happy because their life grew stale. And how many of you would equate staleness with living and experiencing a richness of life? If you want more wealth, you have to learn to exceed expectations and add new value. Notice it doesn't say add value, add new value. Okay, so first part, at your job or in your career, you need to exceed expectations. And we live in a culture right now, which really, I know is for many of you who are older, it's really hard to understand that many people say, I'm just going to do what I'm paid for. Only going to do what I'm paid for, won't do anything more. And that's a very big cultural thing, especially in the United States right now. It's like, I only do what I'm paid for. Who are you? What right do you have, boss or society, to ask me to do more than you're paying me for? And I'm like, ooh, that's poor thinking. That's bad thinking. That's going to get you in trouble, because you know what that's going to mean? It just means you're always going to get paid for what you do, and only for what you do. So if you're happy with your pay, do that forever. You don't deserve any more unless you go beyond the expectations or the dollar value of what you're doing. That's so hard for people to get. And people, I don't like that. I'm like, I don't know. That's adding value, doing your best, stretching yourself. Now, the criticism, which I think is appropriate, comes down to being when that turns into burnout culture in companies, where the company's paying you a certain amount, or they're paying you less than another person would get paid because they lack diversity, or they're paying genders different things than you're getting paid. That's a whole different conversation politically than what we're having here. We're talking about you and what you control. And you're either going to be a person who builds wealth because you believe, I'm going to exceed expectations here so I can be rewarded with promotions, or I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to do the same thing like a robot all the time, and I'm only going to do what they're paying me for. And I say this both having been an employee and an employer of hundreds of people. I really believe this gets a lot of people in trouble because they want career growth, they want promotion, but they're not willing to do anything beyond their level of pay. And I grew up in a culture where I saw my dad and my mom go way beyond what their job description was, way beyond what they were getting paid. Why? Because when they were at work, they were going to be their best, whether they got paid or not. That's what they taught me. Hey, you be your best. You do your best. You do great work. Doesn't matter what you're getting paid. You're there. And if you agreed to be there, you signed the contract. You raised your hand. You took the job. You agreed to be there. Do not diminish yourself because of the pay. Can I get an amen on a weekday here? Do not diminish yourself because of pay. I will say it a million times. Do not diminish yourself because of pay, because you will lock yourself into a low level of not only income, you will lock yourself into a low level of living, because you're diminishing yourself because you're not getting the exact external reward you desire. That's going to ruin you in life, because think about how that plays out in real life in other areas. Think about your relationships. Think about a marriage as an example. If you're only going to do what you are paid in return by the other person, think about how poisonous that is. I'm only going to love them equal to exactly how they love me. That relationship is going to die. Well, the same thing in careers. Careers die all the time because people go, no, I'm only going to do what I'm paid for. Some of you guys know I had a blessing of working with Paula Abdul when she was on American Idol. And she had this saying that I just loved when she was working with the kids. She would often tell them, hey, there's no traffic beyond the extra mile. Go the extra mile. There's no traffic there. Less competition. You can go faster. Go the extra mile You got freedom out there. You're not clogged up with everybody else. And I love that. It was about exceeding expectations. And if you want your company, I know maybe you're entrepreneurs or business owners or managers, if you are in a place where you want your company to perform better in the marketplace, especially in a capitalistic marketplace, well, you have to exceed expectation. You can't just give them like the thing that they're buying, because then you're just a commodity. What they want is something extra. They want to be surprised by what you delivered. That's exceeding expectations. When they're surprised by what you deliver, you have raving fans, repeat customers, higher average order values, greater lifetime value. They stay longer, so less churn. In every business metric possible, when your customer satisfaction, they say that you've exceeded their expectations, your company succeeds. In fact, there's literally entire books and areas of study about this that have found year over year, culture after culture, all around the globe in every different industry. If a company only meets expectations, they fail. You have to exceed expectations. It is a mindset of the most extraordinary people I've ever met. They're like, how do we make this better? Right? The biggest business titans you ever studied, whether you like them or not, they looked at the thing and said, this thing sucks. I'm going to make it better. Right? Steve Jobs with the iPhone going, phones suck. I'm going to exceed all the customers' expectations with what this phone can do. Now, whether you like the guy or not, it's like, wait, that led to one of the biggest companies in the history of the world. And you can go right down the list of all the big companies in the world and go, you know what? They innovated. They didn't just do the thing. They exceeded expectations. Then they added something new. So if you have a job, how can you add something new onto your plate, take on a new responsibility that shows the people around you that you're adding value, that they takes care of the customer, that helps the company grow? Your job isn't to do just the minimal at work. If you just do the minimal at work, you will get paid the minimal. Like the good news, logic works there, doesn't it? So your job is to go, okay, here's the work, here's the job. How can I add new value? In all of our research, in all of our coaching, and all of our training across literally millions of people from 190 different countries, like those who don't add new value, not only do they not succeed over the long term in every measurable way, they're less happy because their life grew stale. And how many of you would equate staleness with living and experiencing a richness of life? Got it? Add new value. Hey, it's Brendon. Thanks for watching this video. Please enjoy all the other videos on my channel. And listen, if you would love to have a daily exclusive life coaching audio from me, make sure you go get signed up for Growth Day. If you didn't know, Growth Day is the world's #1 personal growth app. And it's the app where you go and you get your mindset right, you set your goals, you track your habits, you take wellness challenges, and you overall improve your life so you can become more successful and joyous and happy. It's called Growth Day. It's an app. You can download it on your phone anywhere or just go to growthday.com and make sure you get it, because every day I leave that exclusive life coaching audio to help you level up and advance your life. Go to growthday.com and get signed up right now.